The Beard Speaks is brought to you by Beard Love. Visit mybeardlove.com/beasthost and enjoy a 10% head discount for fans of this here program. If you've got a beard or you love someone with a beard, you gotta visit Beard Love. mybeardlove.com. Other sponsorship consideration provided by 7thDimension720.com. Do you ingest kratom? Do you like CBDs for your aches and pains? Do you need e-liquids to vape and get vaped out with? Visit 7thDimension720.com, internet headquarters for all things kratom, e-liquids, and CBD, and home of the one-of-a-kind proprietary 7th Dimension blend known as Sludge. Visit 7thDimension720.com. These bags underneath my fucking eyes are designer, fam. And before the blood moon Friday night takes us all into oblivion, we've got a gathering to talk about. My name's Chuck Reeves. I'm wearing a Vietnam-era boonie hat for no reason. And the beer speaks now.
Oh, come on, he's a miserable cocksucker fucking asshole. You hate him, admit it.
What up, heads? Get off my dick and welcome to the motherfucking Beard Speaks. My name is Chuck Reeves. I am the East Coast Beast Host. I'm the East Coast Beast Host all the time. If I'm at the grocery store, I'm the East Coast Beast Host Chuck Reeves. If I'm at the post office, I'm the East Coast Beast Host Chuck Reeves. I don't have to bring a fake beard with me any place to cosplay the East Coast Beast Host Chuck Reeves, unlike some folk out there begging for attention. It's fucking Wednesday night. I want to salute everybody for joining me right here on the Replicon Radio YouTube for what has been turning out to be pretty modified versions of the show. For anybody not in the know, I'm facing one of them damn community strikes. So there ain't no live shit going down over on the Chuck Reeves channel. Some videos need to start getting uploaded up there soon. I need to get that shit started. And the audio version. If you haven't noticed, I've cut down on the live shows. Live shows are happening a couple times a week, tops. And that's for a bunch of different reasons. Some of which we'll talk about tonight. And I am going to that audio more times a week than this. So be on the lookout for that. Thinking this weekend sometime, episode 1. Because I got something tomorrow night, and I'm going to use that as an opportunity to push the new program, as well as this one, of course. The Beard Speaks will always be a live show. It'll always be video like this, and it'll always be interactive in some format, whether that's with a live studio audience or with you wonderful people in the motherfucking live chat box. Lot of shit went on this weekend. Gathering the Juggalos, of course, in motherfucking Ohio. Legend Valley almost catching complete fire over the weekend. We're going to break it down. We're going to go through what happened and winners, losers, good shit, bad shit. Psychopathic released a mobile app during the gathering that allows you at home to schedule your own abortion of a music festival. It's fucking terrible. Spoiler alert. But I got it on my phone. I paid the $5, so we'll actually look at it and play it a little bit. Anybody who's seen my motherfucking Instagram has seen screenshots from the game, including its Juggalo 101 underground glossary of terms that include shit like jurgler, which is a juggalo with Down syndrome. Well, we'll talk about that. But first, and motherfucking foremost, because you know damn well it's me, all right? Stuff going on, all right? Tomorrow night, there will be no Beard Speaks here on the Replicon channel. There will be no Beard Speaks over on the primary Chuck Reeves YouTube channel. I am going to be the special guest on Icon Radio's The Loco Rundown Thuggalo Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, which for those of you motherfuckers on the East Coast that are used to see me, this is going to be basically during my normal show time. Show starts at 11 p.m. East Coast time, ends at 1 a.m. East Coast time, and I'm hoping that they allow me to stay on the line with them for the full 2 hours. I'm going to be joining Dynasty, the Mexican Thuggalo, and his homeboy Andy. We're going to be doing this fucking big style. I appreciate Icon Radio, the Loco Rundown, inviting me to take part in this Season 2, Episode 5 edition of their show. And we're going to talk about a bunch of shit. We're going to talk about what I think about some people. We're going to talk about my history. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. We're going to talk about the underground. And as usual, I'm going to give it my spiel of what you can do to make this underground a much better place than it is today. Every single one of you people tuned in right now, all 60 of y'all, saluting flame emojis for coming and checking out the very big show. Before I get any further into my shit, I want to congratulate Replicon Radio. Replicon Radio during the Gathering of the Juggalos was, in my sense, in my vision, one of the biggest winners. Even though they had their media credentials not approved prior to the event, Replicon Radio proved to be the dinos on the scene all fucking weekend. And thanks to fucking Dead Body Man Tony having some sort of phone from the fucking future, they had the best live streams of live performances at the Gathering that I think I've ever seen. And that's even better than that year that they tried to charge people pay-per-view to watch the live streams from the Gathering, if you heads remember that shit. That fucking abortive situation that I don't even think panned out correctly. But because of that, Replicon Radio has swelled in their subscriber base. And right before we took the air, they just surpassed 1,000 subs. It's fucking fantastic for them. I want to send a congratulations to the Dinos and their successful pimping of the Gathering of the Juggalos for enough subs to now start monetizing these videos. So I'll be serving out my suspension over here, and hopefully I can help them kick off their monetization. Those super chats are going to be able to be getting sent in over here, and you guys can start showing a little bit of monetary gratitude for all the free entertainment that these Replicons bring you weekly, daily, dudes on the scene. But tomorrow night, for real, don't be looking for me over here. I'm going to be on the radio in Arizona. So don't be hitting me up. Oh, is there a show? No, there's no show tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I am special guesting on another show. It's live on Facebook. If you want to view the show, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, specifically on the Loco Rundown Thuggalo Thursdays Facebook page, I'm going to be calling in. They do live video and audio from their studio in AZ. I appreciate the love. I'm going to be trying out some stuff. I'm going to try out some new shit talk, because you know how that goes. Got to work on the shit talk. Speaking of shit talk, the day after tomorrow, if I ain't been pushing it enough, CHUCKY, the East Coast Beast host, will be live in full motherfucker effect, turned up to 11 at 656 Fest. What's good in the fucking woods? That's this Friday and Saturday night, July 27th and 28th. 2 full days and 2 full nights of hip-hop, EDM, comedy. We got fucking fire spinners, morning yoga, live art of all sorts, whether it's graffiti, fucking sand art. We got vendors. We got vendors, fam. We got vendors selling all sorts of goodies and consumables and cannabinoid-related issues and products. All right? First night, headliner, your man Slane, representing Boston, representing the town, representing all them Irish people, the Coca Nostra, House of Slane. And then Saturday night, Boston's own up-and-comer Millies, Hayes, Delirium, Brody James, GA South, Northern Lights Nation, rounded out a roster put together by 656 Records that runs the gambit from hysterically funny to hard-hitting bass lines to dope motherfucking lyricism. You should come check it out. Friday, 4:20 p.m. I will be live on stage doing something. I think it's going to be some comedy slash some of this slash some smoking of some trees slash whatever the fuck I want. I got an hour. I got to fill an hour, dog. You think I can fill an hour? Flame emojis in this motherfucking live chat if you think Chuck Reeves can possibly fill an hour on stage. It's not like I don't fill an hour here several times a fucking week. And there's going to be people there that I can, like, do crowd work with. If you're not familiar with crowd work, it's when a comedian on stage goes, so where are you from? And then you say something like Cleveland, and then, oh, yeah, I've got a Cleveland joke, yuck, yuck. There's going to be a lot of waka wakas Friday. All right, so that's that. Don't miss out. If you in this area, Palermo, Maine, Camp Friendship, we doing it real big 2 whole days. I'm going to be in a tent, killing my own food in the form of hot dogs, doing the damn thing. And then a week from tomorrow, so we're talking about August 3rd. You know where the fuck I'm going to be, man. Lethal Weekend 2. It's going down. Cloud 9. Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. Doors, I think, are early, but this is a nighttime event, 2 days. First night, Friday, August 3rd, a week from tomorrow, Apathy, Lex the Hexmaster, Enemy the Illest, the Flatliners, Guello, Outland Camp, Freeze, likewise, Louis Cypher, Mad Heads, Mac Daddy Mills, big fan of the show, and I'm a big fan of his. He playing that night 1. All right, we doing it. And then night 2, those last American rock stars, King Gordy Bazaar, Block McCloud and his Suicide Squad, Fury and his Lethal Records cavalcade of killers, Sean Strange, the Brooklyn 6, I believe, just got added, Crypto Man, Mad Max on that second night, AOD, Jay Prophet. I know the homeboy from Virginia, Terrett, is on one of those nights. I know Histio and Zitro are both on that show. I'm trying to squint my eyes to read the flyer. But I'm in the house for that one with the homeboy Andy Sherman. I don't know if he's going to be doing gaming shit. Maybe somebody should hit him up and ask him. Andy, if you in the chat, let a brother know. Are you doing gaming stuff? Or are you just going to help me co-host and help me keep the cornball off the stage? If you don't know who I'm talking about, we got 3 hosts that night, and one of them is Sid to the Jones. And if you are so interested in Sid Jones, feel free to visit him during his meet and greet on August 1st. 2 days before he ever hosts anything live, he's going to have a VIP meet and greet for all his fucking ones of fans. Y'all go peep that. I mean, hosting an event technically is meeting and greeting people. Because that's what a host does. Right? I mean, I'm not tripping, am I? Cheese House. This is not a new hat. It's a very old hat. But it's new to the show. I'm trying it out because I'm wearing it on Friday. I wanted to make sure it didn't need to be fucking... I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with it. But this is the type of hat that, like, you can take and you can dunk it in ice water. And it'll soak up that temperature and you can put it on your head. But it's from the Vietnam War. There's some sort of pocket up here, too. Now, exactly what I'm supposed to put up there, I don't know. But I do know at the gathering of the Juggalos, when I went, Wizard of the Hood year, I put ice up here and let it melt and keep me cool. Feel me? You feel me? It's one of my favorite hats. I think this was, I'm pretty sure this was my stepfather's hat for Vietnam. And I can do that with it. If I want to, I can go like this. See, this hat's got mad looks to it. I can look mad fucking like I'm on a safari. I can let it flippity flop down. Like I'm fucking, like it's a bucket hat. Like it's a fucking hip-hop-ish bucket hat. And it matches camouflage because it's olive drab color. And it don't look bad with my beard. All right. Let's see here. So, Lethal Weekend 2. Yes, yes. I don't give a fuck if you're in New Hampshire or not. Shit, something else going down tomorrow too. Dead Fest. I don't have a flyer for that, but DJ Clay, Gmo Ski. If you're in Wyoming or on that side of the country, pretty much at all, you should be hitting Dead Fest. Dead Fest is going to be dope. Going down in Alcova, Wyoming. Shouts to Lex, BBS, all my dead gang heads that I know tune into this motherfucker holding down Denver. But yeah, you need to go to that this weekend. If you're not coming to fucking 656 Fest, you should be going to that. And then next weekend, I don't give a fuck if you're on Mars. You should be in Hampton Beach for fucking 2 days of dope shit. Like, this lineup, you basically have 6 headliners each night. Like, 6 headline quality acts. That's a half dozen, fam. That's 2 times 3. So these are going to be long shows. That's why we got, don't get it twisted. Don't let nobody make you believe they're important. Because the only reason we got 3 hosts is because there's 40 bands to put on over 2 days. And if we all do 12 and a half, that works out pretty much. You know. And I don't even want to like, I hate putting on 40 fucking people. But some of these festivals, that's what you end up doing. It's a good amount of fucking entertainment for your money. I'll say that for sure. I'll stake my reputation on that one. It's gonna be well worth the money you spend, because you spending at $40 for the weekend, you're probably spending $1 per act. That's nothing, fam. That's nothing, dog. Seriously, it's like $1. You find $1 on the couch. Fucking search 40 couches. You got $40. You feel me? All right, and then, of course, not quite 2 weeks after that, not quite 3 weeks after that, excuse me, Thursday, August 23rd, you know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at Front Row Live, Kokomo, Indiana, with my Replicon brothers. Attack of the Ninjas pre-party, starring Blaze Your Dead Homie and the man that they call Anybody Killer. And they're going to be in the house as those pony-wearing, fucking khaki-wearing gangsters known as Drive-By. We got a Native World, medley that's going to be hitting the stage. We got 4 Juggalos by Juggalos Gaming holding their contest out in the lobby area. All right? Detroit native and friend of the ninja, Red, who's another ginger ninja. He's a ginger ninja. That's what we should call him. He's a ginger ninja. And then, just added recently, to the chagrin of the haters, BBS, Body Bag Syndicate, holding it the fuck down. Yeah, I'm excited. Y'all should be there for Attack of the Ninjas weekend anyway. Add an extra night to your shit. Or if you get into town early, like I did last year, mosey on over to the fucking pre-party. Like, it's worth it. It's worth it. Who knows who's going to be in the house? Who knows what type of surprises that we've got in store in the next less than a month until it fucking goes down. I know one thing for sure. Attack of the Ninjas pre-party is going to be your very first opportunity to hear the next Magic Ninja Entertainment release. I know that. I can't get into many more details than that yet, but I do know that the Attack of the Ninjas pre-party will be the audio premiere place for the next Magic Ninja Entertainment artist release. That makes sense. Not Gorilla Voltage, which that just got announced. The Lost Tapes, the Lost Apes. That's going to be available there. They're going to be there at Attack of the Ninjas that weekend. But there's something else coming. And you're going to be able to tune your fucking eardrums and your earlobes to it for the very first time at the pre-party. I'm real proud of what this pre-party became. This pre-party started as something that me and the Replicons were doing on our own, just for the sake of doing it, for the sake of the underground, and to say thank you to a few of the artists that showed us love this year in the form of these you know, these interviews, these show spots that we ended up doing with these guys, and you know, it became something bigger, and we got to add drive-by to it, and we're getting some big push from it, and it's pretty fucking awesome, and I likes it. I likes it a lot. Let's see what's going on in the chat real quick, and then we'll get to gathering stuff. I'm not going to open... Oh, you motherfuckers want me to open the envelope. I'm not going to open the envelope. I see y'all in the chat. Check it out. All right, then all right, if that's where y'all want to go, if that's where y'all want to go, then we'll go there. How about that? So... okay. In terms of what Magic Ninja Entertainment artist performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos, this is what I'm gonna say. Y'all know what's in this envelope. This is the envelope. It ain't changed. Look, there's that smiley face. There's a smiley face I drew. It's still sealed. I ain't fucking around. Okay, it's still sealed. There's the envelope. It's going back there. And I'm going to tell you why. Put it back. I'm just going to put it back. Here's why. Y'all still don't know what the fuck's going on, apparently. And until everybody knows what the fuck happened, I can't say anything. I'm not going to be the source of that information. That information has to come from higher than me. Because I said to you, I informed you guys this was somebody new. And everybody was like, oh, it's ABK. It's Mac Lethal. Which, yo, let me tell you, the Mac Lethal argument is hysterical to me. Because Mac Lethal is mad wealthy. Like, that dude is... Like, he does Twisted numbers on his own. Why does he need to sign to Twisted's label when he does Twisted numbers on his own? Mac Lethal had... He was like one of the first dudes to ever have a blog or something called Text from Bennett. And Text from Bennett made him, like, independently wealthy, I think, before he ever rapped. And now he does this Son of the Micro Machine bullshit. And it's the same sort of reason Mac Lethal would never sign to Magic Ninja, for the same sort of reason that MC Chris would never sign to Psychopathic. Because the path that they were already on makes more money than any path that Twisted can put them on. I mean, shit, Mac Lethal has guested several times on the Joe Rogan Experience. I call him the Son of the Micro Machine Man. If you don't know who the Micro Machine Man, you too young for me, kid. Micro Machines. You know that guy? Yeah. The Son of the Micro Machine Man. That's who Mac Lethal is. But remember what I said. The Magic Ninja Entertainment artist that played The Gathering. I thought it was really clear. I consider the shit fairly clear. Because there's... I don't even know what's given away. Let's talk about it. What artist made the biggest splash? And I mean, there's clearly one. And I don't even like saying that. Because even that, I think, is giving too much away. But there was clearly somebody who made a huge impact this weekend. Huge. And a lot of people fucking have hit the nail on the head already. But I ain't going to confirm nobody. I'll tell you if you're fucked up. Doubtful. Lofgren. Very doubtful. He said that during Asshole's fucking thing. Dude don't know. Nah, there's no way. He must have been joking. Let's see. Alright, let's talk about the Gathering a little bit. See what happened here. Let's see. First things first, because it happened on the first day. On the very first day of El Gather, apparently, I saw it via 215 Ninjas. Shouts to them. But they were handing out... I'll just boot the shit up. They were handing out promo for this. Okay? The Gathering of the Juggalos. Welcome to Whoopstock game. Now, this fucking thing has been rife with problems since the start. For starters, it came up in my phone as ICP Tycoon. And that's essentially what you have here, is you have a modified version of the video game that everybody fucking knows, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it's geared where instead of rides, you buy stages and you book bands. A lot of problems in this game. Not the least of which is this. Juggalo terms. Now, all these are up on my Instagram. You can check them out. Okay? Some pretty standard stuff in here. Axe Murder Boys, A&B, Axe, Amazing Jekyll Brothers. Apparently, a Juggalo's wingman is called a Barker. A fake Juffalo is called a Barney Alexander. Let me go through here a little bit. There's some real interesting ones. Extra Sauce, which I know is something that that Ouija says a lot. Extra Sauce means welfare checks, apparently. If you see that right on the top of the screen there. All right. There's words for a Juggalo with Down syndrome. There's words for a Juggalo that's turned his back on being a Juggalo and gotten a job. There's all sorts of weirdness. So there's that. There's a rank button now that didn't exist before, but it don't do nothing. Like, I can hit it. Well, wrong button. I can hit it all I want. And it won't do nothing. Okay? The way they kind of sold this was the idea that perhaps someone who got a high score in this game would be brought in to help, you know, book the Gathering of the Juggalos. But in reality, if you play this game, you realize that it has nothing to do with booking a real music festival at all. The first version of this game was rife with fucking spelling errors and shit, as far as talent was concerned. So you have your talent, and there's like anybody killer, but there's 2 dashes instead of L's, because we all know that Psychopathic took those L's this year. All right, Big Hoodoo, and then there's like power rankings. You know what I'm saying? So anybody killer is at the bottom of your list, followed by Big Hoodoo. Let's see. After Big Hoodoo, you got Boondocks, followed by Dark Lotus, followed by DJ Clay, then Drive By, Jump Steady, and then Light. Ouija Mac, Zug Island, and then finally ICP. Now, this is the complete list of bands that are available for you to book to fill up to 5 stages worth of entertainment. There's a group of no-name comedians, and when I mean no-name, it's not that they don't have names, but their names are shit that's super generic, like Tom Scribble. They couldn't even go as far as putting Upchuck the Clown and Keegan the Creep-Ass, who have notoriously been the only real comedic bookings for the Gathering of the Juggalos in the past couple of years, in this fucking game. It's a little disrespectful, all right? What's also disrespectful is the day that this game came out, Twisted was on that list of available talent. Now, since then, a update has come in. Twisted has been removed, and Dark Lotus went from being fairly high in the power rankings to ranking lower than Jump Steady, Light, and Ouija. Especially in the current climate, I believe Dark Lotus would potentially be higher on the power rankings list than ICP even when it comes to booking at the Gathering. But that's neither here nor there. The fucking controls are funky. In a very ironic twist, every time a juggalo says whoop whoop and you click on it, it gives you money. And I find that fairly funny because it's like every time a juggalo whoops, Violent J gets to buy some pills. So that came out like the first day. And a lot of people were saying it wasn't official because it was so bad. As we know, something being so bad is not a stopping point for Psychopathic Records. A lot of people wanted to blame Flight Systems, which is the developer of the game, but they're a fairly well-established and successful app developer. They pretty much just put together whatever the fuck they were paid to put together. And with the fucking 1994 Commodore 64 roller coaster tycoon graphics, they probably didn't get paid a whole lot. Yeah, no Rude Boy on there either. You could have added him as some entertainment. Like it's really bad. And then you can do something. Like, I don't know if they fixed it, but I booked Dark Lotus for 12 straight hours on 3 stages at the same time. So understand that this game is not Book the Gathering, the home version. It's give us $5, ninja. So not only is it a shitty app, but it's 5 times the cost of most other apps. I mean, most apps are, what, $1? Usually? Something like that? Unless it's something like, I think I paid $5 for God of War one time. And that shit was dope. Like, that shit was dope. For $5? For $5, you gotta deliver a dope-ass app, man. Like, for real. This app is fucking terrible. It's just awful. It's... I tried. I really tried. I played like 3 days worth of it, and I just, it's so bad. The controls are bad. The mechanics are bad. The way shit happens makes no sense. Let's see. Jason Moore says his wife bought that garbage. It does. It's complete shit, man. It doesn't just look like it. It is complete shit. Every review of it in the Google Play App Store, and I'm sure in the Apple App Store it's the same way, is negative. A lot of articles came out via some tech publications and some tech blogs that, you know, routinely review new apps. And of course, an Insane Clown Posse phone app is going to jump out like a sore thumb to anybody looking to get clicks, because right now juggalos are fucking clickbait, which I fucking hate, which I'm going to fucking talk about, because the game is clickbait, because at this point the entire gathering has become clickbait, and we'll just get right into it. Saw a lot of cool shit courtesy of the Replicons. Even if you didn't go, you could have sat your fucking ass like I did in front of a computer and watched essentially the entire live main stage and side stage programs, including some shit I didn't want to see, like Glitter Money, but they got that shit too. One of the big things that happened at the gathering that I was expecting was the possibility that we were going to get the release of Fearless Fred Furry, as motherfuckers have started calling him, which I love. But what we got instead, which I said was, you know, the consolation prize, was a final concrete release date. After they jokingly said March, which had they stuck with that, I would not have been surprised. They ended up talking about an October 26th release date, October 26th being a Friday, being the Friday before Halloween. So expect that to be Hallowicked weekend, I would assume, in some form. Along with the, you know, release date for Fearless Fred Furry, we found that on that exact same day, there's going to be an 8-track EP released called Flip the Rat. Flip the Rat being an 8-track companion piece to Fearless Fred Fury, and only being available in physical form. The way you're going to be able to, you have to buy Triple F to get the instructions on how to obtain Flip the Rat. So that's actually fairly cool. Insane Clown Posse taking it back a little bit to those days where they would send you on a scavenger hunt, whether it was for a fucking phone number or whatever it was, and you would dial the phone number and the phone would be like, you got to come to this record store on this day, and that's going to be the only place you can get whatever the project was, similar to the way that they did Riders. For any of my old school heads that remember that shit. So get your Fearless Fred Fury on October 26th. Get those instructions and figure out where that Flip the Rat EP is. We did get that. That was courtesy of the ICP seminar, which Saturday, I mean, that's always the big thing every year. Besides the ICP performances is the ICP seminar. They're going to be calling the release date for Triple F Fearless Friday. Esham, Jay's on again, off again, on again best friend, who we know was in the studio with Jay a couple weeks ago. We speculated about it here. We talked about it here. Esham's been added to the Canadian Malenko and Friends tour. He's been added to the U.S. Malenko and Friends tour. He will be touring as support for Jay's solo tour this coming winter. And we know now that what E and J were working on in the studio was the new Super Villains record. Okay, how do we know this? It was not said at the fucking seminar. What was said at the seminar was that during Saturday night's last performance of Insane Clown Posse, there was going to be a huge announcement being made. During that last performance, everything went quiet, everything went dark, and a giant Supervillains banner unfurled behind them. Now, I understand that the original plan was that that banner was going to come down and that E and J were supposed to do the 3 new Supervillains songs. But due to the fact that they started late, that shit had to get cut and never happened. But I know now what E and J were doing in the studio. It was Supervillains, and we know they got at least 3 tracks in the can ready to be done. So I'm excited about that, I gotta say. And if you're telling me that there's something Supervillains going on at the Gathering next year, 420, that was one of the 2 things that I always said would drag me out of my fucking house, was Wizard of the Hood and Supervillains. But you have to get Lavelle. If you don't get Lavelle, then you only dealing with 3 Supervillains. I ain't trying to fuck with 3 Supervillains. We need 4. And I want to see the whole record. I shot the DJ, everybody seen me. Fucking shit's the bomb. List of Demands. List of Demands may be one of the best songs ever. Personal preference. Shasta, what about superheroes? It's funny you mentioned that. the return of Supervillains, E and J, EJ and Shags, EJ, Shags, and Lavelle. Whatever concoction that they end up selling us leading up to the 20th, anniversary of the Gathering of the Juggalos as Supervillains, I believe to be a direct response to the Underground Avengers project. Now, let me explain why. Underground Avengers has been around for a while. Their first project came out, 5, 6, 7 years ago? It's been a while. When UGA came around the first time, Boondocks, Buckshot, and Class, I know that that project was shopped to Psychopathic Records. And at some point or another, Violent J, Jump Steady, Rude Boy, fucking Billy Bill, whoever, pass. That's why we never saw Underground Avengers under the Hatchet Man label. Now, why did they pass? Looking at it now, I have to think that maybe Violent J thought that the Underground Avengers prospect and aspects were a little too close to the idea of superheroes, which is something that they had already one time promoted and at one time thought about moving forward with. It ended up not happening. But UGA, the concept of them being 3 heroes in the underground, is really, really super fucking close to the concept behind the supervillain superheroes records. So maybe years ago, when Underground Avengers shopped themselves as a project to Psychopathic and Psychopathic passed, now that UGA has been signed with who they've been signed by, and they are going to get that push and that platform that perhaps they should have had last time, maybe Jay sees Underground Avengers as a direct competitor to superheroes, supervillains, and maybe the return of the supervillains is Jay's answer to whatever Underground Avengers may be. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Flame emojis if you're feeling me on that. Because I can't think of a reason. I mean, if you were pulling out all the stops, a complete supervillains reunion lineup would be the next best thing to a Dark Lotus, reunion, which with other things he said during the seminar isn't going to happen. But why? Why the return of SV now? Is it because we're going to have a UGA on Magic Ninja? And shit, if that's the case, if that's what it took, was a direct challenge, then I'm into it. Because I like supervillains. I obviously dug supervillains, fam. I obviously dug supervillains. And if he's just trying to be spiteful, good. Because it got us new supervillains, which is what we need. More content. We need good stuff. And I have to say, Marvin's saying that he's hearing Ouija is replacing Lavelle in it. I don't know. Cheese House, interesting question. Is Psy backdoor undermining MNE endeavors? I don't think they can. Do I think they're trying to? I don't know. What I do know is that they've tried to interfere in some of my endeavors. I know that. But as far as the other ones, I mean, I would say that this is just somehow an answer. I mean, I'm just trying to think of it in terms of what would have dragged supervillains out of him at this point. So yeah, so Isham is going to be all over the place with them, or at least with Jay, the next 12 months. So understand that 12 months is a long time in E and Jay's relationship. And E can get real fed up with Jay real quickly. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see. Twisted. Jay said that, like we always knew, that they were never going to reunite with Twisted ever again. And that if you have, like, dreams of that you need to go ahead and abandon those fucking dreams right now. Because it's never, ever going to happen. We've all heard him say never, ever before. But that's neither here nor there. What you need to take away from this is the fact that in order for there to truly be peace, you have to be okay with the idea of there being no new ICP and Twisted collaborations of any type. Enjoy what's already out there. Because as of right now, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more. Now, you also have to understand that decision, the decision of Twisted and ICP never working together again, was not a decision that was made by Twisted. It was not a decision that was made by George V. It was not a decision made by anyone in the offices, on the staff, or roster of Magic Ninja Entertainment. The decision to never work with Twisted again was made by one person. And his name is Joe Bruce. He's the only person that could make that decision. And he's the only person that could say it. Now, there was a mixed response in the tent when he said it. There was some cheering, there was some booing, but it seems like the loudest cheers probably came from the section that talks the most shit to Twisted, who's the most hurt by what's occurred. If you're unhappy about the situation, that's too fucking bad. No one is under any obligation to get along because you like their music. And at this point, would you want New Dark Lotus? Would you want something that we know is nothing but a blatant money grab? Because at this point in their relationship, that's all it would be. Jay said there will be no further disses towards anyone. Now, if that's true, and he can stick by that, then that's a good place to start with this Peace Beneath the Streets thing. And it's a good place to start to begin the rebuilding process of the large segment of the underground that got flattened during this fucking bullshit, where money's wrong and money ain't bags is coming in light for everybody. And we'll talk about that because he even talks about it. Apparently, Jay's daughter Ruby, her shirt was the best-selling shirt from Psychopathic Records in the last year. I have a theory on this. I don't think that Psychopathic Records sold their merch department to Merch Now. We covered this. I don't believe that Merch Now sold Ruby's shirt. I think that the label did directly. So with that in mind, then of course Ruby Bruce's shirt was the best-selling shirt from the company last year because it was the only shirt technically that they put out, with the rest of their shirts coming out of Merch Now. But I don't know how this is true. I would really hope it's not true. I mean, you guys got active rappers on your squad. They should be selling way more merch than your kid. Like, way more merch than your kid. I can't see a world where they're not. So, hopefully, it's this weird loophole that I thought of, where perhaps that shirt was the only shirt that technically Psychopathic Records put out last year. Let's see. Apparently, when they get home, the idea of Riders is being shit-canned in lieu of a new super group called Looney Goons, featuring the entirety of the current Psychopathic Records lineup. ICP, Hoodoo, Light, and Ouija. Now, ABK was not mentioned. Let me explain to you what I know about the ABK situation. ABK headlining first night of the gathering. ABK Boss Man Supreme at Native World Enterprises, Native World Entertainment, Native World. From what I understand, ABK is currently not an artist attached to Psychopathic Records, nor is anybody killer an artist attached to Magic Ninja Entertainment. ABK is Native World. Don't get it twisted. Now, no big announcement has been made alerting anybody of this. I don't think it's anybody's fucking responsibility to announce that they've left their label or whatever. And given the way we've seen certain juggalos react to, oh my God, you're not on Psychopathic anymore, I can see why not. But it looks as if ABK is being omitted from all future Psychopathic Records, joint projects, promo scheduling, or, in most shows. Obviously, they're gonna show him his respect at places like The Gathering, DCG Con, things like that, hopefully. But I don't see him going out on tour with them or any new releases from ABK, on Psychopathic Records. like we were talking about winter shows. I guess after 20 years, they finally figured out they shouldn't be soaking people in soda and then sending them out into the negative 40 below New England winters. So instead of doing a combined ICP tour, Shaggy's going to go out, do fuck the fuck off motherfucker shows. At the same time, Jay's going to go out with Isham and do his shit. This tour's called the E and J Tour. I love it. I love the title of it. I wish I could go and have like some sort of guarantee I'm not going to get tossed for no reason. I want to see Shaggy solo too. Let's not front. Let's not front. You give me a proper E and J show and a Shaggy show like a couple weeks within each other. I'm trying to go to both. Violent J started a sub-label. That sub-label being called Big Baby Records. Irony. Give Big Baby his fucking money. Shaggy's going to start selling art. Because like I said, money's not right. All these moves are because money's not right. Action figures coming. They're going to finally release Stranglemania 3. Yakety yak. Psychopathic Records are very proud of all the artists they have signed. But they've said this before too. Going into the future, they're not going to sign anybody new. And, I mean, they got into it more than that. I got to say that the seminar was I was proud of Jay, I guess you could say. Or at least I wasn't disappointed. Jay said some stuff about not being able to do for artists what they once did. He explained that he needs, that they're trying to teach their artists how to go out there and get their own money because Psychopathic doesn't have any for them. These were things that Jay said. Now, I've been saying these things, albeit a little more slickly, for the past 18 months. Their money's off. I'm no longer gonna go as far as saying they're broke, because broke's a harsh term, especially when I know just based on their existing catalog, they're probably pulling in between $30,000 and $60,000 a month just in that catalog shit. He said that he understood the infomercial flopped, which was something I said. He said a bunch of stuff. And I think if you listen to more of the stuff that they didn't publicize them talking about, that's the important stuff. That's the meat and potatoes of the seminar. The meat and potatoes being Psychopathic can no longer financially and budgetarily support their artists. And I think that explains a lot. It explains a lot in terms of what's happened in regards to things like the Ouija pre-order. The fact that Ouija is exploring merchandise options outside of the company structure. The fact that we may be seeing light on a surprising track sooner rather than later. The fact that you're seeing so-called Psychopathic Records artists like DJ Clay do shows with Magic Ninja Entertainment artists like Gmo Ski. The money at Psychopathic can't not. ICP cannot do business with Twisted all they fucking want. ICP cannot do business with Twisted all they want. Twisted don't need to open for ICP to sell tickets or to get paid. They don't. They're proving it more so and more so every day. But when you're only doing 2 or 3 tours a year, they're not doing very well. You're not offering your artist much in the way of opportunity. You're going to have a hard time keeping guys like Ouija, guys like Light, guys like DJ Clay, guys like ABK. You're going to have a hard time keeping those guys from working in the same sphere as Magic Ninja Entertainment artists. Because right now, and it's blatant every day, Magic Ninja Entertainment is providing far more opportunities for artists within the underground than Psychopathic Records ever did. So as much as they want to publicize this whole we're not going to work with Twisted anymore ever thing, I think that what's more important is what was said later, that they knowingly cannot do the same things for their artists that they once did. And that these artists, these independent artists, need to go out and get their own money, because there ain't enough money at the hatchet for everybody. Shaggy even made a joke that some of these artists should pay them. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case over there. That literally, if you handed Jay and them a bag of money, I bet you could get your fucking shit released by them. Because there are some people in this fucking underground that know you could fucking shit on a track. If you put a fucking Hatchet Man on it, you're going to sell at least 1,000 copies. Just based on the fact that there are people who will blindly follow the fucking Hatchet wherever it goes. Wherever it goes, we've seen it. Y'all followed a bunch, y'all followed Blase right into fucking nothing. Like, just because you was told to, because the Hatchet Man was running that way. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not hating. I'm just saying this is what he said. And, like, the fact that you guys want to say that I'm hating because I'm repeating what Violent J said in the seminar proves that you guys just don't give a fuck about the reality. You're a bunch of flat earthers. Your daddy literally said to you in your yearly fucking gang meeting, we don't have the money to financially support our artists the way we once did. He said that. I ain't making it up on the fly. That's what he said. Now, you can take that to mean whatever the fuck. You can take that shit to mean. You can take that shit as secret code telling you to go to the carnival. I don't care. I know what it means. And in the next couple of months, you're all going to see what it means, because you're going to see artists out there getting money and taking opportunities that you're going to be like, why are they working with those people? Why is this person working with those people? And you need to understand the reason people work with each other so they can eat. Motherfuckers ain't eating right. Obviously. Straight the fuck up. And yeah, Twisted's killing it on Warped. And we're getting ready to celebrate 25 years of Season of the Pumpkin. HOK. 25 years. You don't think October's about to be devastating. Y'all seen Twisted a lot. Some tells me in October we're not going to see Twisted. Some tells me we're going to see something else. And if they do what I think they're going to do for this October thing, fuck off. It's going to be dope. 25 years of Season of the Pumpkin. What else happened at the gathering? Oh, huge shout out to Flip Flop the Clown for becoming the viral fucking goofball of the gathering of the Juggalos through his sucking on girls' nasty feet. And then I guess he was eating booty on the third day and left his face paint print around some girl's butthole. If you go to Nate Igor Smith's Twitter, his Twitter is @drivenbyboredom. He has a picture of Flip Flop the Clown's face paint, and it's perfectly pressed into a girl's butthole because he was eating her ass on stage on day 3. Like, that's what I mean by the gathering becoming clickbait. Because the people who won the most of this gathering are the people who utilized the juggalos and the event itself as fucking clickbait. I mean, Replicon, to some degree, is guilty of it because they used the live performances and the live streams that they got from those live performances to increase their numbers. By definition, that's what clickbait is. I don't know if there was a directive issued to artists, but the one thing I did notice, and it was mentioned by 2 sets of artists during the course of the weekend, was there were no live streams from the stage anywhere during the gathering of the Juggalos. Now, I don't know what the reasoning behind this would have been, if that was the case. I just know I didn't see any. And I know I saw somebody affiliated with Alazul Ilu as well as King ISO both say something in regards to I lost my train of thought, Andy Sherman. Thanks for messaging me. I wish that was my fucking problem. I want a tour for the opposite reason. What was I fucking talking about? Somebody give me a heads up to that. It doesn't matter. Mad releases at the gathering. I do intend on throwing some sort of legitimate review behind each one of these. But quick reviews, since we're past 12:30 at this fucking point and the show should be over. Hell's Cellar, I gotta give that one a thumbs up from a Hell's Pit person. That shit was fire. There's some interesting track selections on there, and that's why I feel like it deserves a proper review. But some personal favorites, the last track, The Truth, which is a Violent J track over the Past the Axe beat, is amazing. And then there's a couple other really good tracks on that shit. For being a 35-minute throwaway project, it's fucking solid. Like, it's solid. I'd like to hear more unused old shit. Oh, yeah. King ISO and Axe. Thank you. They both said something about the live streams. That's what I was talking about, the live streams. So, the M&E artist that was at the gathering is written down in here. You guys don't know who it is yet. Nobody does. It's still a surprise. It's going to be a surprise until the announcement happens. And then once the announcement happens, I'll open this. And we'll see if I was right. Big winners of the gathering. They were all clickbait people. Okay, Flip Flop is obviously going to be one of the big winners of the gathering because he's going to go viral with that eating ass on day 3 shit, which his mouth must have some sort of undiscovered fucking Zika virus. Like, that dude probably caught some of that 1976 Studio 54 AIDS after doing that, man. Like, he caught pure hepatitis. You know how much pure hepatitis costs? Like, a lot. Let's see. But yeah, you don't know yet, obviously. Other winners this weekend. Bronx Obama. The fact that there was an Obama impersonator running around the gathering doing Obama-like things hit every major news outlet that would cover this sort of thing. So that guy, I found out, is just one of the dudes who runs with Mike Busey and his, traveling cavalcade of freaks and whores. Man, Mike Busey selling pussy at the gathering, though. Like, I'll just say it. Like, Wolfpack used to sell pussy at the gathering, but then all their pussy aged out. So, now, Mike Busey is in charge of selling pussy at the gathering, and Wolfpack's in charge of watching people fight. Let's see, what else? Shasta wants me to bring up Jay's hearing aids. Look, if Violent J is for real wearing hearing aids in both ears, then you know what I'm going to say? Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, Joe Bruce, for fucking sacrificing your eardrums and your hearing to 20 years of putting it the fuck down I've met so many artists that wear earplugs pretty much all the time. You think this dude would have. But I'll believe it. I'll believe he got 2 miracle ears and that motherfucker turned all the way up so he can hear all the shit talk in the room. Yeah, he can hear me talking right now. He can hear me talking right now. Raven Light, who gives a fuck? And that's not real anyway. They don't put the song on any set, but they did Areolas in Boston. They did an a cappella version of Areolas in Boston. So don't let him fool you with what he told Butterball during the 10-minute Doritos fucking interview. Fucking interview. Let me ask you a fucking question about a 20-year-old. Let me tell you a story. It wasn't an interview. That was a, let me tell you a story. Fucking 11 minutes. And 4 of them were about Doritos. Of course you have an overabundance of snack food, Gutterball. For real. Between the 11-minute after he came off stage, but before he washed his face Doritos interview, okay? Between the he gonna cosplay me on whatever fucking day that was, the fact that his fucking Jabba the Hutt fucking ass left his golf cart per maybe one time all fucking weekend. Let's see what else. Oh, and just the sheer fact that he fucking exists. Y'all know what the fucking real deal is. Like, I can't, like, that's his highlight of his entire year. Think about that. We only halfway through the year. I got 6 months of shit left. That interview, you can't even call it an interview. He literally asked him 2 things. The rest was, let me tell you a story. And Doritos. How? What? Now, a good interview is an interview that contains useful and interesting information and doesn't have the interviewer telling stories. You feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, if you think that's a good interview, then you're not in my demographic. We literate around here, fam. We literate. We well spoken. We're well informed. And we're not going to ask him about track changes on a 22-year-old record. That's just dumb. And, oh, we only going to play it here. That'll be lucky if he comes back. You know how much he got paid? Tech got the big bag. Tech got the big bag to come out and do the gathering this year. And he didn't even really come out. Like every other time that you've seen Tech at the gathering, Tech has brought his entire stage set with him. And that includes his whole team. Tech came out like mad bare bones in fucking some Strange Music dickies and just rapped for y'all. And took home the big bag. Like the big bag. I don't know who got a bigger bag, him or Yellow Wolf. So, honest to God, I don't know who got the bigger bag. It was close, but he got a big old bag, overflowing with Fago wet money. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when I say the bag, I'm talking about his money. So yeah, of course, Tech was in a good mood, and Chris kept interrupting him with Doritos. You think they wanted to talk to that retard? He probably wanted to wash his face so he could take his fucking bag full of money and get the fuck out of there, because he didn't even stay. I want you guys to think about that, because the big winners here are the motherfuckers who came, got a bag, and left. R.A. the Rugged Man came in, took some money, performed for y'all, and bounced. Yellow Wolf, same deal. Glitter Money, same deal. Tech, I don't even think Tech was on the grounds 4 whole hours. And his bag was big. His bag was way bigger than that bag of shit you get when you come in to the gathering that you paid $200 for. Trust me, his bag was far larger. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. I like the way he was like, oh, you remember when I called your name and I looked back and you wasn't there no more? Some tells me maybe he was ducking him this weekend. Like, for real. There was a bunch of that shit. So, yeah, I mean, the winners were people who, like, weren't underground at all. The only, like, underground artist whose performance really set shit off was Al Azul. And I know that there were a bunch of people glued to the live stream. I know there were probably more than 1,000 people in actual direct physical attendance for that performance. And I know that the Zooligans handed out 1,000 two-track samplers, which I don't have one. If somebody's got a spare, you can send it to me. Like, hit me up. I'll fucking trade you some. I got a Jekyll Brothers front stage pass I'll trade you or something for one of those Zool samplers. But they passed out 1,000 of them. They were pressed up real nice. They were two-track samplers. Track number 1 being what I assume is the first single off of their album, The Almighty, that's coming out. It's called Forever Face. And then a chopped and screwed remix of that as track 2. And on the CD itself, it had the release date 9/28/18. So I can assume that we're going to be getting Al Azul Ilu the Almighty on September 28th of this year, a little over 2 months from now. Axe is killing it, man. Like, Axe, well, soon. He's already on the motherfucking mend to that cult shit leader known as Damian Quinn. Sometime during the gathering of the Juggalos, Damian Quinn suffered injuries consistent with a stabbing. If you were on Facebook at any point over the last few days, you probably know what I'm talking about. You probably saw the picture of him in the hospital, stabbed the fuck up. You probably saw the Facebook confession of the alleged stabber. I'm not even going to mention fucking dude's name. Honestly, according to Damien, according to the self-professed stabber, any perceived beef between the two of them is over. Apologies have been made. Reparations have been made between cult shit and the alleged stabber. And from what I know, Damian Quinn pulled that real fucking G shit and didn't tell nobody nothing. I know it ended up in the paper that he got some injuries, but it was also in the paper that he refused to name his assailant. So, salute to G shit on that one. And I know that Damian Quinn is releasing a free, brand new song tomorrow called Stab Me. So make sure you're on the lookout for that motherfucker. And you should download it just for any reason at all because of the savagery involved in. I got stabbed last weekend. This weekend, the single's called Stabbed Me. Come download it. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I still got 86 people tuned in. To anybody who's absolutely 100% new to the show, which might be some of you, make sure you're not only subscribing here, make sure you head over to the Chuck Reeves YouTube channel at beasthostbeard.com. Get subscribed over there. Exclusive content forthcoming over there. Like I said, tomorrow night, we spoke on it, but it's important. Make sure you check me out. I'll be on the Loco Rundown Thuggalo Thursdays on Icon Radio tomorrow night. That shit broadcasting live on the Loco Rundown's Facebook page. They're out of AZ. That shit going down 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific. Till 1 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. hopefully I get to hang out the whole time. I'd like to do 2 hours on somebody else's radio show. Can't get in trouble. Can't get in too much trouble for talking shit on somebody else's radio show. So make sure you checking me out on that tomorrow on the Face Space. And then this weekend, if you're in the Northeast, What's Good in the Woods? I am at 656 Fest, 4 p.m. July 27th. Come check me out. Doing that 420 thing. Doing that comedy thing. Doing that shit talk thing. Doing that thing that the beard does and everybody else tries to do. From the place where no one's got to cosplay me because we got one of me over here. My name is Chuck Reeves. I am and forever will be the Beast host. And until tomorrow night on that Icon Radio, until whenever the fuck I'm back over here on the Replicon, or when I visit via that Beast Host Daily Beard podcast, the beard hath spoken.